Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, dear students, as you know that most of the characterization technique have been completed, and now today we are going to move towards their applications, mean practical work, research paper. So, first of all, I would like to discuss one of the best applications of this characterization technique is a fuel cell. It's an emerging technology, uh, and a fuel cell basically a device which converts the chemical energy of constantly supplied fuel like hydrogen, methane, etc., and it convert into the electrical energy. Okay, it has three components, just like simple cell. Three component: anode, cathode, and electrolyte. Now, what will happen at them? At anode, oxidation of a fuel will happen. If we have a fuel like hydrogen, the oxidation of hydrogen will take place at the anode. While at cathode, reduction process will occur. Usually, in we supply oxygen towards or air towards the cathode, so reduction process will take place, and both of these are called as electrodes. And electrolyte, which is sandwiched between these two electrodes, in which the migration or the movement of ions would occur. There are various type of fuel cells which are working around the world uh, to fulfill the energy demand, and some of them are given here. First one is a polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell. The second one is alkyne fuel cell, which is also called an AFC. Third one is phosphoric acid fuel cell, PAFC, molten carbonate fuel cell, and the last one is solid oxide fuel cell. So today we are going to discuss the solid oxide fuel cell. The reason why we discuss solid oxide fuel cell, actually the solid oxide fuel cell have more efficiency, more power as compared to all the above fuel cell. Now we discuss in our research paper what are the drawbacks of these solid oxide fuel cell. However, there are many advantages of solid oxide fuel cell over previous fuel cells. Uh, in solid oxide fuel cell, usually all the material which are being used in the solid oxide fuel cell are in the solid form. That's why they are called the solid oxide fuel cell. Here at anode side, hydrogen is supplied and oxidation would take place, while at cathode side air is supplied. And there are some characteristics we should be followed for the selection of anode or cathode material. The one of the properties of anode or cathode is it must be electronic conductor. You know, at anode and cathode side, the movement of the production of electron take place. So if it would be electronic conductor, mean it produce electron, and the movement electron causes the current. So cathode and anode must be electronic conductor, good electronic conductor. Second property, they must be porous, mean anode and cathode must be porous. Why? Actually, we supply hydrogen towards anode side and air toward cathode side. If they are porous, then these hydrogen can penetrate, or oxygen can penetrate in these anodes or cathodes. And if they would be dense, then usually the penetration of hydrogen and air should be impossible. So this is requirement for the anode and cathode material, that they must be porous. No, in a new research paper, a new term is usually used that anode and cathode they may be mixed ionic and electronic conductor. Mean they also have some ionic conductivity but higher electronic conductivity. So they are called as mixed ionic electronic conductor, MIEC. So these words are also when you read your research paper you must be familiar from these words. No, that's the next is the electrolyte, which is in between or sandwich between these electrode, anode, and cathode. So what are these? What are the properties? What are the characteristics that must be in an electrolyte material? So it first characteristic of the electrolyte material that it must be ionic conductor, good ionic conductor. Why it should be a good ionic connector? The reason behind this as it facilitates the ions migration. So for ions migration it must be ionic connector. If it would be electronic connector, then electron and ions will combine and a flow of current will not possible. So it should be ionic connector. The second property of an electrolyte material that it must be dense. Why it should be dense? Because to hinder the electron movement. The electron could not move from the electrolyte. Either they move from the external circuit to produce electric current. That's the reason that an electrolyte must be dense to hinder those electrons which are generated at anode side. So they must go towards external circuit to produce electricity rather than they go through the an electrolyte material. So these are some characteristics which should be followed when you are making some anode material, some cathode material, or some electrolyte material. So you should obey, you should follow these properties. You should have these properties in your mind in going to selection the material used for the either for electrode or for the electrolyte material. So the solid oxide fuel cell basically just like a button having three component as I have already shown in previous lecture. So today next we move that how can your search your paper, how can you download your paper and we can read a paper and what idea that we can take from that paper. Okay, so dear students, let's move towards our how can we search the research paper from your internet. First of all, you have a good connection of internet, and then you must go your browser, either it may be Mozilla or some other Google Chrome or some other like that. No, first of all, you would like to write here for as usually we used the Sans Direct. Just to open it, Sans Direct. Here is website Sans Direct. No, here you can see there are few columns. First columns is about keywords, mean what kind of paper you want, what topic you want. If you are working at solid oxide fuel cell, so you should here write the solid oxide fuel cell. If you want paper related anode material, so you should write here anode material for solid oxide fuel cell. If you want papers about the cathode material, then you must write here about the cathode material. Okay, And if you want paper related electrolyte material or some other as you like, so you just read right here these keyword and it will give you a result. For example, anode materials for solid oxide fuel cell SOFC. Here you can enter. It gives various paper. You should you can see you have seen here 221 197 papers have been published up till to now just in 19 days about anode material. So these are, you can see here, the paper belongs to solid oxide fuel cell. Here anode material for solid oxide fuel cell application, etc, etc. 2020 to 20. Here are the years. Here the article type mean review article or research article or encyclopedia or maybe book chapter. Publications title mean what kind of journal, what belong which journal belongs to that paper. Journal of power source, hydrogen energy, fuel cell button, etc. Research area, energy material, etc. So first is the about your what you want, what you are prepared, what do you want. The second column is about author name, that which author do you want to read their paper. For example, if you want to read the paper of Dr. Naimashik, then you should just put their names and enter it. It will give all the papers belong to Dr. Naimashik. So here you can see there six paper belongs to 221 about the different category, different area of publications. It is Frats material, uh, it's a metal organic framework, second paper, and colloidal nanoparticle for electrocatalytic water splitting, oxidation, etc. So these are the different papers which are belong to the authors like Dr. Mummanaim, Ashik, etc. The second one is a journal or book title. If you want to read the paper of some specific journal like hydrogen energy, International Journal of Hydrogen Energy, like power sources, like nano energy, these are different journals. So just put their names in it, and it gives all the papers belong to that journal. Here are the volumes, number of that paper, issues, pages, etc. These, so you can search here from anytime. So today, as we are going to discuss the solid side fuel cell, so first of all, I'm going to move toward the solid side fuel cell. Here we search one of my favorite teacher, which was my co-author, which was my supervisor during my PhD, is Dr. Rizwan Raza. He belongs to Comstate University Islamabad Lahore campus, and the good researcher in solid oxide fuel cell. And here his name is usually I use, so that's why his name is here. So just put their name, his name, and search it. No, I want this article as it is just accepted in International Journal of Hydrogen Energy by Munib Irshad under the supervision of Dr. Rizwan Raza. So I just want click on it, and it is going to open. And it is open. You can see here is an option of get access, mean it wants some money, or it has if you have if you are registered by the scientific tract, so you have an access. So as usually we use the internet which has no access to these research paper, so it is a big problem for us. Okay, so in order to read the full paper, here you can see it's not full paper, it's just abstract and keywords are given. And for full view text, here if you click, it wants some money. Okay, access, here option access via institutional login, mean for free, access via your institution email. So as we don't have such an access, as we are using your private internet, then it could not be possible to get access. How? Although if you are going to use the same thing from either you are present in university hostel or university department, so you can easily access from by using the university internet, so they have these access. So in order to resolve this issue, there is very simple way that we have a website which is sci-hub, science hub, which remove all the barriers in the way of science. It's a very, very, very beautiful website. Even you can download your different paper books from this website. Just put its link or its URL, DOI number, just put on it and it will open in front of you. So here we do the experiment that how it can give our required research paper. So just copy that URL which is in blue color as you are showing. Just copy this URL and then you go to the sciencehub.ee and put that URL. Okay, I have put it in and open it. And this process is going on, and some lecture. Oh yes, here you can see your full research article which is present here and showing in front of you on your screen. So here you can see these are all the material belong to this research paper is present in this. This paper is still this paper is accepted but still under publication. Here are its volume number or duration or something other which are not showing here. So we discuss this research paper today. Here you can see when this box is open, now you can download or here is option of download, so you can download this research paper and read it easily. So this is the best way if you have don't if you don't have any access to the research paper. So by using this technique you can download any paper from here. Another option uh, is Google Scholar. Google Scholar. Okay, just write Google Scholar. Here is a Google Scholar. Now you can put any research paper here. Me just I just copies that title and want that paper in Google Scholar. Just copy that and put it in Google Scholar. Here you can see, yes, this is the paper. But the same problem, it could not give open access. So again you must go to sciencehub.ee website and put its URL and it will give open that paper. So this is another option that how can you take paper either from science direct. Here is science direct, yes, this website www.sciencedirect.com, or from the Google Scholar. You can download any paper. There are different websites from which you can um, take your paper, but if it is creating a problem in access in downloading problem, so you should go to this website and can easily download that paper. So this is a good option for you. Now in next video we will discuss about the paper, that how you should read a paper and what characteristic you should note uh, to you and if you have any trouble you can put a question. And another option that if you have any query regarding this research paper, then the email of the author is also given at the first page. Here are the email of the related authors. So just you can put a question on them, and you can also take answer, also give also take answer for me. So these are the research paper you can download. Okay, let's see in the next video, in which we discuss the qualities of the material, the properties of a material and their characterization technique. Okay.